I'm going to put in a horse there that we haven't actually touched about.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll just have noticed Katie did a little bit of a smirk, almost as if I've been waiting for you to ask me this question, and I'm going to release something now that's extremely confident. Trackers at the ready. Let's go.
If you're going to say the same one as me, this would be incredible, because I've also got one we haven't talked about.
My pick is Gavin Cromwell's Only by Night, winner of a maiden at Naas. I thought she looks like she could be one for the Mares Novice. I thought she was actually more impressive than Dysart. Yeah, I think.
Fergal O'Brien, turn off the podcast now.
She blew me away what she did in Naas. I thought her jumping was incredible. She was slick. She never missed a beat. She travelled everywhere. She never came off the bridle. Heavy ground. She just looks like she's made to go over hurdles. She's backed up. She backed up her list. I think she won a listed bumper at Navan last time out. I think she's backed up that now. She looks even better over hurdles. She's actually had a interesting start. She was actually in John Joe O'Neill's. And she's come over from John Joe, so that's interesting to note on that part. But look, I thought she looked pretty class in Naas, and she was my pick of the week.
Do you think that better ground at Cheltenham would be okay for
her? She'd have to show what she can do. Like her runs have been on soft ground, but she looked class at Naas. Like you couldn't fault her in any way. She didn't even. I don't think Keith didn't give a flick of the rein. Do you know? I just thought she was, and that was against Geldens as well.
Should we just expand on that for a quick second? Mares obviously get the weight allowance, but it can be very difficult for a mare against the males, which is why they're kept apart. So the fact that Gavin decided, no, we're going to take them on, that would bode well for her going forward, I would say.
Yeah, look, I'd say he holds his filly in very high regard. The way they rode her, just everything about it, she oozes class. I don't think she'll have. I don't think she will go any other route than the Mares Novice. Maybe they might have something else in mind, but
no, they've mentioned it. They've already said.
Yeah,
they've already. I think the quote from Gavin Cromwell is something along the lines of, "We hope she ends up in the Mares Novice hurdle."
Yeah,
but like as in saying like that's the target. He just hopes that she's fit to get there.
Yeah. Well, I think she's 14s this year on that price.
Oh, Katie, I can get you 16s for €1, but we can get. There's a couple of firms that are going 16 to 1. So we've talked about Dysart and us. Gordon's got brighter days ahead. Fun. Moving on quickly. Queen's Gamble for Harry Derham. You could certainly have an interest in that horse as well, but Only by Night at 16 to 1. I'm thinking you only have eyes for her.
Yeah, I think she's value. I think she's showing all the right signs at the moment anyway. I thought she was actually flawless at Naas. Big thumbs up for me.
Is this an Ante-Post bet for Cheltenham?
Yeah, I think it could be, yeah. Touch wood.
So this is 2 Ante-Post bets. Favreau de Chambeau, 14 to 1, 12 to 1. That's all gone now. Katie moved the market. And now Only by Night. Currently 16s with 5 firms. Is she still going to be 16s by the time we're talking again in January? Because actually, no, we're all recording on Thursday. And then that's the last show of the 2023 series. I don't think she'll be 16 to 1 by the time we're talking in early January. I think it's going to be long gone when we're doing the reviews. George Gorman, who are you taking forward from the weekend?
Right. So this is actually from a race that we have discussed. It's a horse we haven't discussed. It's from Elixir Dane's race at Punchestown. The second horse, Whimsy, I really, really liked. Like she's receiving lumps of weight, in fairness to her, but she's pulled well clear of the third horse, and this is her third run, I think, to get a mark over hurdles. Yeah. So she'll have a mark after this. And she's just very likable. She made mistakes on her first and second run, but she put in a really fluent round of jumping here. Got bumped 2 out, nearly jumped in the back of the winner over the last, which is no one's fault but her own. But like there was reason to think that she could maybe have even got upsides Elixir Dane up the straight with a better run. And I'd be really interested to see what mark she gets now. She'll be receiving mare's allowance and 4-year-old allowance till Christmas. If they can get her in a decent handicap hurdle this side of the new year, I can see her winning well on handicap debut. Like she's just improved with every run. And it's a reasonable level of race that. Like the fact she was sent off 14-1 and she's beaten the second and the third favourite comfortably. It was obviously much better than sort of what's been expected of her and what we've seen so far. It's just one of those really likeable mares. She's very terrier-like up the straight, just kept finding and finding and finding. And she'd be one for the tracker. Whether she's going to be a horse that's going to make it even to Cheltenham, I don't know. But if she gets a reasonable mark, I'd definitely be backing her next time out.
She got a mark of 116.
116. Oh my God, she hose up off that. Hose up off that. Jesus. Yeah.
Whimsy, but no whimsiness when we're backing that horse next day. I was not expecting that, by the way. Mine, I think mine is pretty obvious. It's nowhere near as inventive as Katie and George, but Monmoral. Just handicap over the same, either the trials day or New Year's Day. Maybe New Year's Day is going to come a little bit too quick for him, but I suspect this race came too fast for him. Given what Paul Nicholls was saying about him in the Racing Post Stable Tour on the 5th of November, that the only work he was doing was on the walker, and that you wouldn't see him until the new year, and suddenly he's turning up a massively gambled on horse with Harry Cobden riding in the December Gold Cup. I think it's come too soon. He's not going to go up in the handicap, and if he does, it's going to be barely. I'd imagine he'll just be left where he is, and a mark of, was it 145? That's just, he'll exploit that. No problem whatsoever. And he'll step forward an awful lot from this as well. So handicap, either New Year's Day or on Trials Day, Monmoral gets the job done, and the betting will hopefully be something that we can exploit earlier in the week. Right, that's it. Katie and George both back, I believe, at William Kennedy on Thursday as we shine the spotlight on the major races over Christmas. Oh yes, festive preview is in sight. Decorations in behind.
Christmas
Neil
jumpers.
Phillips. Christmas. Do I even have a Christmas jumper? Katie, do you have a Christmas jumper?
I do, a few.
Oh crap. George?
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah.
Oh no.
I have to see
Okay.
if we can find you one of the novelty Star Wars ones or one of the novelty Marvel ones. They're good.
Oh, I'm sure Neve got me a novelty Lego one, actually. I'm sure she did. Like,
do you want to know my Star Wars Christmas joke?
Go on.
How did Darth Vader know what he got for Christmas? He felt his presence.
Oh my God.
And on that note,
And on that bombshell, I'm not drunk enough for this, but we might be drunk during that preview because Neil Phillips has said, the wine tipster has sent over a whole boatload of alcohol for me to try. It's very, very generous of him. I think that's supposed to be for this podcast special that Neil and I are recording tomorrow evening, which comes out on Wednesday. That could be an interesting one, but I'm sure there'll be a few bottles left over for the Thursday. I'm pretty certain there will be. But George, Katie, and I will be going through all of the major festive races on the Final Furlong podcast Christmas special. Hopefully you can join us for that. And some big name guests. Shark Hanlon already on the show. Another very prominent trainer coming to the Final Furlong podcast very, very soon. Watch this space. If you have not subscribed to us on YouTube already, do so now. If you subscribe to us, you're automatically entered in the draw to win yourself a pair of tickets for whatever day you choose to go for the Leopardstown Christmas Festival. And they're not just ordinary tickets. They're the premium tickets. They're over 90 quid. I think it's 94 quid each, these tickets are. They can be yours for the low, low price of $3.99. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page. You'll be automatically entered into the draw. 4 individual winners. We'll announce them Thursday evening, I believe. Is that right, Trish? Yeah? Great. So she's going to pick the winners first on Thursday. So we'll announce them while Katie, George, and I are hopefully providing you with winners aplenty. And if you don't want to do that, we can also do it through X, likes and shares on the social media post. That can get you entered as well. But really, subscribe to us on YouTube. Because those two boys on Let's Talk Racing have got way too many subscribers there. And we've got to do something about it. So help us catch them. That'll take about 17 years. But help us catch him. In the meantime, hit the subscribe button. We'll pick 4 random winners between now and then and announce them on Thursday. From Katie Young, George Gorman, and myself, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening. Look after yourself and each other. God bless.